Guys, before we get started into today's video, we need to make a disclaimer. YouTube and other social media platforms are very restrictive in the type of content that we create. So we need to change up our verbiage. So if we use, or if we try to use the word GUN
or SHOOT,
it will be replaced with terms like marker
or tag
or blaster, eliminate. Eliminate might be one.
I don't even know anymore, but anyway.
So, yeah, just a disclaimer. For YouTube and other social media platforms, everything that we're talking about here are going to be Airsoft toy replicas. There are no real firearms in the vicinity, nowhere close to us. All of them are Airsoft toys. They are being held and handled in a professional and safe environment with professional supervision on standby. Professional, say hi.
What up, guys?
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. So, what's going on, you guys? My name is Cisco.
And Isaiah.
And today we are going to be taking a look at the long-awaited LTX competition gas blowback marker.
See what we did there? But yes, it's going to be the LTX competition marker that we've been talking about quite a bit. We've done several shorts on this. We've talked about it quite a bit on the second channel, Airsoft GI Reloaded. Make sure you're subbed to that channel as well. But I want to kind of do more of a deep dive into it, talk about the externals, internals, and of course, some pretty big questions that a model like this actually does raise.
Yes, so we do have one on display. This is a production model that you would be able to purchase. It doesn't come included with all of the accessories, but this is what you are expected to build it out as you should, because why not? You have the options to.
And we sell all the options on airsoftgi.com as well.
But I did happen to quietly, secretly borrow the pre-production sample from Lancer Tactical, so shout out to you guys, for us to handle and manipulate while we have this on display for you guys to view. So Isaiah, let's get started with the externals.
All right, so the LTX competition, just looking at it, it looks pretty dang unique. It actually should look quite familiar to some of you guys that are in the know if you're really deep down that rabbit hole, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. In regards to its externals, you are going to be getting a polymer lower on here. The grip is going to be comprised entirely out of polymer as well. You do get the lower accessory rail on here, perfect for mounting whatever Picatinny flashlights, lasers, whatever you want to do on
there. With plenty of
rail
a lot
sections.
Of room. Like, there are some pistols that only have one rail section, and it's just like,
what am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
What is this? Rail sections for ants, right? What exactly am I supposed to do with that?
Ants.
On the end right here, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a thread protector. There are actually going to be exposed 14 millimeters counterclockwise threads on there, so it's going to make it a lot easier for you to mount whatever flash device you so choose. Obviously, like we've done here with a trace unit, but these little flash covers, these are actually kind of nice. You want something a little bit more discreet.
Honestly, Lancer, sell these individually, because I have quite a few that I would
they're dope.
throw this on. This is pretty clean designed.
Now, obviously, the slide up top here is actually going to be made out of metal. I know some people would have hated this if it was a full polymer build. So I am
Tokyo Marui's plastic.
Yeah, but they get the pass.
It's all plastic, guys.
They don't care. They don't care. They're gonna change it out anyway.
Whatever.
The first day they buy, they're gonna change it out.
The AAP01 is plastic.
All right. He hasn't taken his meds yet. All right, calm down there.
Irritating.
Now, up top of the slide itself, you will be finding some fiber sights, both in the rear and in the front, in this nice red coloration. I was a little bummed they didn't do kind of the two, green and the red traditionally. They would have done that, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that. I understand it, especially for low light situations, so you can identify which dot is which. But if you're intuitive enough and have good vision, I can't be one to speak because I have glasses, but I can find the sights and identify which is which to line it up properly. So.
Anyone can do it with just a little bit more practice.
Yeah.
But let's be real here. You're not going to use it.
Yeah.
You're not going to use it at all. Why? Because it has a stationary red dot mount right in the center that, again, like I said, stationary. It's not moving. Mm-hmm. Traditionally, on a lot of pistols, you would find it located more towards the rear of the slide, and it will actuate alongside with the slide every time you pull the trigger, which is pretty normal for like most designs we've seen. So having a stationary optic mount makes it so much easier for you to stay I can say stay on target, right? It's so hard with these guidelines. It's easier for you to stay on target and for you to tag your opponents in the game.
I hate these rules.
I hate these rules, bro.
Come
I hate
on.
this.
Come on.
All right,
guys.
all right. Getting back on topic. Of course, that's going to be like the standout feature for it. But there actually is one little thing that most people didn't realize when they're looking at their optic mount. It's a TDC hop-up chamber. It's a TDC hop chamber located right on the backside of the optic plate, making it so dang easy for you to adjust your hop-up.
Yep.
I feel like this is slowly becoming the standard for most models that are coming out these days.
That's fair.
Right?
And kudos to Lancer Tactical. They decided to add the plus and minus to identify if you're applying more or less hop-up to your marker.
Thank you.
So that's always something that's pleasant because there are plenty of markers out there that don't identify which way you need to turn your hop-up dial to increase or decrease. And if you are smooth-brained like I am, sometimes you forget, and then you'll go to adjust, and you're like, oh, no. Yeah, it's...
That's some Oonga Boonga stuff, man. That's coming from me.
Yes.
But in addition to that as well, you might have noticed on the other side, on the left-hand side of the slide towards the rear, there's a fun switch, baby! That's right, and I gotta tell you, the rate of fire of this thing is actually quite impressive. We were able to clock this bad boy at about like 18 to 19 RPS, which for a stock is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, I will say that's because of how light the slide is. It's
Got that cut split design.
It's literally like it's been perforated, if you will.
That's an interesting word for it.
I don't want to say lightning cuts because it's used all the time.
Yeah.
It has been lightened up quite a bit.
Skeletonized.
There you go. That's been used a lot too. But it has been lightened up, so it's quite light, and it's not as much weight as you would see on a high kappa or a, can I say?
We'll say
G-Series
G-Series replica. I hate these guidelines, bro.
Okay, so anyways, yes, Isaiah's did cover quite a few things externally. I do want to mention a couple things as well. First off, with the barrel-mounted fixed optic setup, you actually have a fixed, non-recoiling static barrel, meaning when you are using your replica,
When it's in action,
when it is in action, you don't get the barrel flip, the barrel.
that's
moving.
pretty common for most replicas that you'll find out there,
Yes.
especially in smaller side hand.
In smaller replicas.
Yes, and smaller secondary replicas. Yes.
Guys, please bear with us.
Please, man.
This is our first time.
If we're not
following
doing this by
these guidelines.
choice.
Please, we appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, so you do have the static barrel, which does help increase your accuracy as well, especially at range. With this setup, I believe I ranged it at like a man-sized target. I want to say about 70 yards out.
That's not bad.
Tagging it pretty consistently, which is super dope. Other things externally are going to be ambidextrous controls for the slide catch, the safety lever, and the magazine release can actually be swapped over to the other side. So if you are left-handed,
It is possible to get it a little bit easier to manipulate for you.
Exactly. So it is super modular, very customizable out of the box. But internally is where things get a little interesting because this isn't based on any platform that has really existed.
It's not directly.
Yeah, not directly. There are some unique features. In the lower frame, it does accept G-Series and AAP01 trigger assemblies.
This is actually kind of a slept on builder's project that anyone could really pick up and work on because
Yes.
again, the parts are widely available.
Yes, absolutely. Now, when it comes to the hammer assembly, it's very interesting. The housing itself is its own design, but it does take TM and AAP01 parts. So you do have a little bit more customization there as well. Up top, it does use its own blowback housing and system, but know that Lancer Tactical is coming out with all of the replacement parts and things like that. And from the grapevine, I have heard of companies already working on releasing aftermarket parts.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nozzle springs, nozzles.
But let's be real here. At the end of the day, bucking and interbarrel is going to be the bread and butter of your performance anyway, which it can already take confirmed.
Yes, absolutely. So it does take TM cut barrels and buckings, which is super dope. And again, it being the TDC top-down center hop-up unit, it just makes for an even pressure onto the top of the bucking, so you don't get the traditional pulling to the left or pulling to the right depending on the model that you are using.
More consistent, a lot less squirrely in regards to every single trajectory of the BB.
Yes. Now, in terms of performance, out of the box, we were getting around 310 to 330 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs, and the temperature we were at was about 80-ish degrees.
70 to 80-ish or somewhere around there in that ballpark.
It was a little warm, but not too warm. And we were able to get about 2.5 magazines.
These are 24-round magazines as well.
Yes. So this is the sample magazine, but as you can see, the magazine that you will get with your marker will have that nice base plate there, which is super nice.
I actually really like it when companies add that little additional base plate on their magazines. I don't know, it just feels nice.
It's It's aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
Look at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Isn't this ugly? Okay, it's aesthetic. It looks super nice. What Isaiah said earlier, it does have the fun switch there, and we were able to get about 17, 18 BBs a second.
18, 19.
18 to 19 BBs a second in full auto. But we have talked about full auto in gas platforms before.
Don't use it.
Just because you can
doesn't mean you should.
Exactly. Know that when you are using full auto, especially in colder weather,
forget about it.
Your efficiency don't even consider.
It's out the window. It's non-existent. But that is to only be used in an emergency situation.
Yeah, in a private event or milsim event.
Yes,
private game where I don't even know if FA is allowed. I can't even say.
Oh yeah. No,
so
I
the fun switch. I don't wherever you can
fast
use the
mode.
Fast mode is forever what we are going to be referring to FAS now. Okay, fast mode. So yeah, only use it in those types of scenarios. But honestly, in semi-auto, it worked very, very well. Very snappy, very crispy. In performance, again, the light slide just makes it just super fast of a cycle rate and does help out with its overall performance. Is there anything that I'm missing internally?
In regards to its internals, no. The biggest thing that I really wanted to draw everyone's attention towards in regards to this newer replica is the fact that it's actually more important that people know that this exists and more people support platforms like this as a whole. And there's a very big reason why. Number one, it's 2025, right? Let's be real. Things have kind of stagnated. Things have kind of stagnated in regards to what sort of models we are getting out the manufacturer.
There is a bias
right?
for what people get.
Yeah, of course. And you already know it's going to be high Kappas, G series style replicas. Obviously in regards to the bigger stuff, right? We're talking, can I even say them?
Yeah, I think so.
Like the ARs, for example, right? Yeah. The AKs, right? Like that's, specifically the AR is going to be like the number one. And everyone's going to complain.
Oh my God, he said AK.
Oh my God. Right? Everyone's going to demand that, and it's going to get boring, and of course everyone's going to complain about it, but at the end of the day, that's the only platform that people really tend to support. But when it comes to, smaller stuff like this, it's nice to be able to have a break from, again, the standard high cap of the G series, or even the AAP, because even the AAP, I think at this point, is kind of become just, another platform that, it's...
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's kind of become boring a little bit.
I absolutely agree. Some things that we did glaze over, though, is that the optics plate actually comes with these adapters to be able to accept different types of optics. So on this model here, there is the RMR footprint, but if you flip it over, it takes the Doctor footprint.
Who'd have thunk just flipping it over, right?
Oh, the position of the posts for it determine what it can accept.
Yeah.
So it does come with this other plate here that can take the Delta Point footprint, and then on the other side, it's the Seymour STS2 footprint. And with the plate itself, you can see there are plenty of... This actually might give you trypophobia. So there are plenty of screw slots there where you can mount a wide variety of optics that you so desire. And then I do have the case here. Comes in a hard case.
Yeah, there you go.
Super nice. Does have nice foam in there. It does come with the screws for optics, just in case the screws that are included with the optic that you get aren't the correct thread, or are too long, or are too short. Again, it does have the thread protector. You also get the replacement O-rings on all the seals, the valves, and things like that, just in case something happens, because it's airsoft. Something's going to happen. So you have all of that there to help you along the way, which is super dope. But obviously, Lancer Tactical has their warranty as well, which is super nice.
I just like the fact that, again, that this is a platform. This is another option that the community has. Because, again, as many people that there are that will continue to support the same old, and just gonna accept whatever comes out. Right, it's gonna be boring. I know for a fact there are people that look at something like this and say, yes, I actually would be interested in something a little bit different, something a little bit more unique. And I do think that it is important that the community as a whole get together and actually start supporting different, more unique options. I mean, that's the only way that manufacturers are going to even be motivated to make anything different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Circling back to so many videos that we talked about innovation.
Right? We've talked about this so many times before. Another thing we have talked about as well is the fact that this is actually going to be quite affordable due to this not being an officially licensed model off of anything.
Yeah, it's a very unique design that is, honestly, it looks good.
At $149 right now, or considering everything that you're getting on this, like, oh yeah, no, this is absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it comes loaded with so many features out of the box that a lot of people would search for aftermarket. Like if you were looking for a G series or a high kappa platform, you would try to find an RMR slide.
Mm-hmm.
You would try to find the fiber optic sights. You would try to find an adjustable trigger. Maybe even try to find a full. Damn it! I said it! Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm gonna bleep it out, and I'm just gonna start here.
Okay.
I have a fast switch.
You can go full for fast mode. It has a fast mode.
Like there are definitely plenty of aftermarket support for platforms like those, but having it all together with the customization level that you have is actually really nice to see out of the box. Now we do have the production model here that has been assembled with the, I don't even know, the CQB special, the flashlight tracer optic. What do you want from me?
I mean, it's a very practical setup for what it is that you're getting. I mean, this kind of leads into the next question, which would be, how would we end up really using this? Because again, because it's so unique, it's not something that you would traditionally find in let's say in a Speed QB arena, or this is not something that you would find at like a Milsim event very often. How would we end up using this? What is the application for something like this? Honestly, whatever it is that you want, it's just a different option that you can bring in the Milsim and outdoor scene, in the outdoor scene alone, right? Let's be honest, having a fast mode capable replica is just nice. It's just so cool to be able to go and bring it. And I know that there are plenty of Milsim events, just like Milsim West Insurgency, where you can pretty much bring whatever at that point, right? Obviously, bring a bunch of unique things. This is a replica that works with pretty much anything. It's kind of ambiguous in terms of its faction, right? This doesn't really have any allegiance to any one side, really, at the end of the day. So you can do pretty much anything with this, and it is just a very capable, smaller replica. Now, for the indoor competition scene, we just mentioned it again. The fact that it is going to be compatible with G Series or AAP01 internal components does make this a kind of a builder's dream, and it's very slept on. If you don't like the loudness of a Cthulhu, for example, if that's not your flavor, there you go. This is just a different style of it, a cousin to the Cthulhu, if you will.
No, I completely agree with that. I think a lot of people get a little bit of tunnel vision when they are looking into a specific asset in Airsoft. And I think we need to realize that a lot of these things in Airsoft are only a small portion of it. Like the Speed QB, Speedsoft scene is a small portion of the indoor scene as a whole. And then the indoor scene as a whole is just a portion of Airsoft as a whole.
The niche of the niche.
Exactly. So with outdoor, for instance, like there's Milsim and then like whatever other events like BB Wars and stuff that we do, which are only a few hours long, or regular gameplay at most fields, which will be 30 minutes, maybe an hour long, and then the multi-day events like what you go to at Milsim West. At the end of the day, I think it's really about finding a platform that really like meets your needs. What do you want out of the platform? What can it do for you? What can it offer, and how can you customize it? And I think this checks a lot of those boxes, just because everything that it can do. Again, you are able to throw an optic on here. You could throw a laser or a flashlight if you want to, a tracer unit or a mock. There might be another word.
No.
We got to go through our library.
Yeah.
But again, and then the upgradability as well. You still have some customization, but I see this being a platform that a lot of companies, aftermarket companies, parts supporters, are going to be able to build off of to make it even better than it already is.
Dare I say, models such as this, the Heracles as well from LT, a few other Army OEM models. Dare I say that they're kind of setting the standard as to what you should expect nowadays from a smaller airsoft replica such as this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, again, it's repetitive, but what can did I say earlier? Thank goodness. What can the marker do for you? If it can check the boxes that you need, so be it. If you don't need an optic, don't throw an optic on there. If you need a flashlight, put the flashlight on there. Maybe you don't need the suppressor, so be it. You have the option to if you want to.
Very pragmatic choice.
Exactly. Being able to do things is always a nice thing to have instead of not being able to do it
and I need it.
And then trying to find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So that is more money. So overall, I think the LTX competition is a platform that is going to change up the scene a little bit.
Now, the final question for this analysis is going to be, do we like it? Cisco? Replica to the head.
We can't make these types of jokes anymore.
Dang it. Okay, do you like it? Do you like the LTX? Stop laughing. I can't do it.
Oh, so many red flags went through my head just now.
Dang it.
That was so funny.
Well, I can't help myself.
Oh, screw it. I'm keeping it in there.
Okay.
Anyways. Whatever.
Do you like it, Cisco?
It was unloaded, checked, cleared.
There's no mag in it.
Yeah. Do I like it? Yes, actually. My one gripe that I would say currently is that I think I would find or have trouble finding a holster for it because of the placement of the optic. The lower section is very reminiscent of a G series. I don't see that being a problem, but I run Kydex or hardshell holsters, and this is my challenging, or like the one thing that
it's really making it difficult to really come up with a solution right here. I'm sure it exists.
No, there are plenty of holsters that do exist. There's like the what is it? The Ragnarok holster that's made for replicas that have a mock where the whole slide is exposed and it's mounted off of the flashlight.
Yeah.
And there are other holsters like that, like the Omnivore, where it's flashlight mounted. But again, just most holsters, they want to protect the slide and specifically the ejection port here. So that would be my one thing. But I know that I can find a holster that should work. If not, I can modify one of my more affordable holsters to work. And there are other holsters that mount onto the guard here that would be a usable option as well. One thing that I do need to note is that the magazines that we have tested with this platform have been very interesting. So obviously with the OEM magazine, it worked perfectly fine, no issues. We've tested TMG series, we've tested the Lancer Cthulhu magazine, we've tested WEG series, Army G series, so on and so forth. This is something that I need to note that's pretty important. They all have a very similar footprint, but depending on the manufacturer, there might be a slight difference in the shape of the gasket, in the shape of the feed lip, and the way it's making contact with the nozzle. So I will say that with all the magazines that we have tested, they have been functional. But the most efficient magazine has been the magazine that the LTX comes with.
Yep, the OEM.
So if finding magazines is a concern for you, I will say that if you already own a G series that is TM based, it should work without any issues. Again, I've had no issues, but I just find that when I was using the OEM magazine, it was just much more snappy feeling. Yeah. Like it felt like it was just making a proper seal.
Who'da thunk OEM the best? Right?
Yeah.
Who'da thunk?
Oh goodness. But yeah, other than the holster, I have a ton of G series magazines. I wouldn't mind picking this up, running it down. I actually just got a Ragnarok holster.
Oh, there you go.
So
next time you see him on the field, he might be rocking one of these.
Lancer, if you want to sponsor me.
There you go.
With one of these, I'm just saying.
For me, I actually really do like this.
No, you're supposed to say you don't like it because you don't sound biased.
It's very niche.
No, we're shills now.
We're shills now. There's actually a very specific reason why I like this. You can't look at this thing and not feel like this came out of like Cyberpunk. Like, this kind of looks like this. That you know me, guys. Come on, you should know this by now. I've been doing this for years. I love the sci-fi aesthetic. I love the cyberpunk sort of vibe that I get from this. Like, I could see some street punk, pulling this out of his jacket or something.
Punk.
Yeah, just to take out a corpo. I could totally see that. Wait, can I say that?
Yeah, that scenario was very. It was a scenario.
You know what?
It was
scenario.
a fantasy
not real.
scenario.
Not real.
It was not a real thing. YouTube. I'm sorry. Half of this video is just gonna be us knocking the new guidelines, which suck, and they're not even like relatively new. They've just been quietly implementing these over the years.
Very silently, without telling anybody, and kept it ambiguous.
They don't care.
They don't care.
But we care. So we want to try to maximize our potential reach to help the airsoft community grow. For those of you guys that don't know, majority of airsoft marker owners, they are backyard blinkers.
Yeah.
They're not players.
Majority of the replicas you see out there don't even see the fields.
Yeah, which is really sad.
That's crazy to think about, huh?
Yeah, it really does hurt. So we are trying to find a way to turn those owners into players. But I mean, granted, obviously, they might be
different circumstances, right, for everyone.
Yeah, but the more players that we can get, the better the community will be.
The better it'll be for airsoft as a whole.
Exactly. We can talk with manufacturers, we can talk with fields and stuff, and manufacturers will be able to produce more markers and other accessories and stuff, and maybe more fields will open up near you. The more popular we can get airsoft, again, just the better it is overall for us. Because I'll say it, over the past 10, maybe 15 years, the I don't want to say the industry, but the airsoft world as a whole has kind of dwindled down. Just ever so slowly. Some people get out of the hobby. Some people have life circumstances that prevent them from being able to play or go out anymore. Maybe they just lose touch with.
Oh, but we can say it. The industry as a whole is hurting, right? As a whole, in terms of just being able to keep players. The retention rate is the lowest that it has ever been.
Yeah, and we were talking with the boss man literally like yesterday, and we were saying how, think of like if airsoft has like 100 players, right? Maybe after a year, 10 players stop playing, right? After the 1 year. And if we only get one new player to join airsoft, we still are at a net loss.
Yeah.
So we want to continue to grow airsoft and just have fun.
I don't want airsoft to go away.
Absolutely. YouTube, stop lumping us in with the other drama.
Stop cucking us, bro.
We are a hobby. Sorry, I was trying to get serious.
How was I?
He's like cucking.
This is what they're doing, man.
Yeah, but honestly, we are here to have fun. Airsoft is such a multifaceted hobby, from hitting the field and playing, from target plinking, from building, and a technical aspect. Like, I find like the airsoft hobby as a whole really satisfies multiple things for me that I'm interested in. Like, I used to build model kits, like Gundam model kits.
The same. I still do that.
Gundam has.
Oh my god!
But model kits that I used to tinker around with, that I build, and this fits that, right? I am into video games. Who isn't, right? In today's day and age, when you go to a field, it's a real life video game. You are out there running around, feeling the sweat hit your chin.
Nice.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
But obviously I'm fat, but I get a little bit of exercise, okay? And the biggest part about it is the community. I've made so many friends in the airsoft world. I want to continue to make friends. I want to continue to meet you guys. I want to continue to be able to grow the community, help it thrive, have new markers, and have just see the innovation that can come from our industry. And yeah,
hopefully YouTube can pick up on all the good that comes out of airsoft. I know for a fact that my life would be very different, probably way worse off if I didn't have airsoft in it. It has actually changed my life for the better, and I'm sure that's not a rare story. I'm pretty sure that's fairly common for a lot of people out in our community as well. And again, I just want YouTube to pick up on that, and it's not all negative. Again, there's very little negative in reality compared to the grand scheme of things. It's a really awesome community and hobby that we have here. We just got to do what we can to protect it as much as we possibly can and continue letting it grow. But I think in regards, going back to the main topic of the LTX, I think that about wraps it up.
Yes, guys. So, if you like the LTX competition, let us know in the comments below what you like the most about it. Would you run this platform yourself? I would.
Or are you a square and you only run high kappas and G series pistols?
I was gonna say a square, but this is a rectangle.
That's a rectangle.
Are you a square? Yeah, and guys, to help us beat the restrictions that we have on social media platforms and help us increase the airsoft players, help us grow the airsoft community, please share this with your friends, share this with your family, share this with someone who else is interested in airsoft, and just try to get one person that you know into airsoft. How many thousands of airsofters are out there? If we can all get one person into airsoft, we can double the player count immediately, guys.
It only takes one.
It only takes one. So find that one. I found mine.
Oh, what? Flashback. Whoa, wait a minute.
I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, guys, help us share this around. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to really give you guys the most up-to-date information in airsoft knowledge.
Hit that bell icon so you're notified every time we drop new content. Make sure you're subscribed, of course. And if you want to support the channel directly, make sure to go and get all your airsoft goodies from airsoftgi.com, including the LTX competition and all the goodies we have attached to here as well.
Which is available right now. So hop on that. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you feel in the comments below. And we'll see you guys next time.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace, y'all.